Okay, we're going to continue our lessons on converting measurements. Before we did linear measurements, now we're going to be looking at area and volume. We're still going to be using the stairway and the tables provided by your author, but we just have to make sure that we use the correct stairway and the correct table. We're adding 4 new stairways and 2 new tables in this section. First, we're going to look at area. Area is always measured in square units or units squared. So you need to use a stairway and table that has square units. The stairways are also labeled. One says metric area and the other says US area. The metric area stairway is the same as the metric linear stairway, except each step is 100, a value of 100, which is 10 squared, instead of 10. The US area stairway is the same as the US linear stairway, except that each step is squared, and we have a new step between miles and yards, the acre step. Acre is not on the linear table because acre is an area measurement, not a linear one. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Choose the correct stairway to help you convert the following measurements. Round your answer to 1 decimal place and show your steps. So I want to convert 2 square miles to square feet. Okay. So I'm going to move the table over and I will make it bigger. We're using this table because it is area. And I'm doing square miles to square feet. Let me make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Square miles and square feet are both on this stairwell. Square miles is here, and I want to go to square feet, which is there. So I am going down the stairs, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to multiply by 640, 4,840, and 9. Oops, I just want to move the table. All right, I'll just move it. Okay, so 2 times 640 times 4,840 times 9. $55,756,800 square feet. Okay, let's go to the next example. Let's see if I can make my table smaller now. I just want to go smaller. Well, it's funny, I had no trouble making it bigger. All right, we'll just leave it big. Convert 5 hectometers squared to square decimeters. Okay, so now I'm dealing with metric. So I'm going to use metric. I'm going from hectometers squared to square decimeters. 1, 2, 3 steps. I'm going down, so I'm going to multiply. 5 times, now each step is worth 100, not 10. 100, 1, 2, 3, cubed. $5,756,800 decimeters squared. Okay, convert 12,153 centimeters squared to square meters. Okay, so which chart are we going to use, or which step? The US or the metric? We're going to use the metric because centimeters squared and meters squared is on the metric. Let me erase these marks. Okay, centimeters squared is here, and I want to go to meters squared, which is here. So I'm going up 2 steps. So up is division, 12,153 divided by 100 squared. 1.21, okay, what was our rounding instructions? One place? Yep, one place. So 1.2153, if I round it to one decimal place, that's 1.2 square meters. Convert 12,312 square inches to square yards. So I'm going to start with 12,312, and I'm either going to multiply or divide. Okay. Square inches is here. Now I forgot what I was going to. Square yards. So I'm going to go up 1 step, 2 steps. So I'm going to divide by 144 and I'm going to divide by 9. Going up is division, going down is multiplication. Divided by 144, divided by 9. 9.5 square yards. Okay, so in these 4 examples, we used either the US stairs or the metric stairs, but nothing in between. Okay, that's what comes next. Oh, I don't know where it went. There we go. All right. All right. So if I want to convert area from metric to US or US to metric, okay, I am going to need to use that table. Or use a table labeled area measurements. The table is almost the same as the one we used for linear measurements, but it includes acre to meter. You should also note that the measurements are squared. Remember that area is always measured in squared units. Okay, round your answer to 1 decimal place and show your steps. So I want to convert 2 square miles to square meters. So this is where I'm going from English to metric. I'm not going English to English or metric to metric. So if I'm going from one system to another system, I need to use that table. Okay, so let's go back and get the table. Let's go down a little bit. All right, so I want to go from square miles, square miles to square meters. Okay, on my chart, here's square miles. If I go this way, I am multiplying. So I'm going to take 2 times the number in my chart. Now I can do 1.6093 squared, or they give me that value. 2.5898, which gets me to kilometers squared. So now I'm going to go to the steps, because I don't want kilometers, I want meters. So we started at square miles. We multiplied to get to square kilometers. Now we're at square kilometers. I want to get to square meters. I'm going down 1, 2, 3 steps. So I'm going to multiply that by 100 cubed. $5,179,600 square meters. Okay, this just takes a little bit of practice. We did this with linear measurement. Okay, the next problem, I want to take 210,543 square decimeters to acres. So I'm starting with metric and I'm going to English. So I know I'm going to need this table. Okay, let me erase my marks. Okay, square decimeters. Decimeters squared is not here. That's kilometers squared. That's meters squared. That's meters squared. And that's centimeters squared. Okay, well then what I'm going to look for is I need to convert to one of these. Okay, the best one to use is the one that gets me what I want, and I want to end up at acre. So I am going to convert my decimeters squared to meters squared. And to do that, I have to use my steps. I want decimeters squared to be converted to meters squared. So I'm going up one step, which is divided by 100. Now I'm at meters squared, and I'm going to go in this direction, which is to divide by this value, 4,046.8564. That will give me 0.52, which is 0.5 acres. Okay, next one, 154,321 square centimeters. Let's do this in green. And I want to go to feet squared. So centimeters squared, I'm going to look for here. It's right here. When I convert that, I'm going to get to inches, which just means I'm going to have some more conversions to do. So I have 154,321 divided by 6.4516. I'm going to English, which means divide. Now I'm at inches squared, but I don't want inches squared, I want feet squared. So now I have to go to my steps in my English measurement, or my US measurement. I want to go to feet squared, so I'm at inches squared. I want to go to feet squared, which is up, so I'm going to divide, and that value is 144. $154,321 divided by 6.4516 divided by 144. 166.109, 166.1 square feet. Okay, if you didn't think this was enough practice, just make sure to do enough of these that you feel comfortable using these tables and stairs, and you will be able to use them. They're on page 407, 408 in your book. All right, now volume measurement. So we did linear in an earlier lesson. Now we just did area. Now we're going to do volume. Try to get this out of the way. Doesn't want to reduce, so we'll just move it. Okay. Volume is always measured in, I'll bring this down a little bit, cubic units. So you need to use a stairway and table that has cubic units or something cubed, like meters cubed. The stairways are also labeled. It says metric volume measurements and US volume measurements. The metric stairway, volume stairway, is the same as the linear stairway, except each step is 1,000 instead of 10. 1,000 is 10 cubed. And the US volume stairway is the same as the US linear stairway, except each step is cubed. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Choose the correct stairway to help you convert the following measurements. Round your answer to one decimal place. Convert 5 yards cubed to cubic inches. Okay, so the previous chart that we were using was the area one. These are all squared, not cubed. So I'm not going to use that one. Okay, I have the other one right here. Going from yards cubed to cubic inches. That's not metric. Okay. Yards cubed. Let's make this a little bigger so you can see it. Yards cubed is here. I want to go to inches cubed, which is down 2 steps. So I'm going to take 5, I'm going down, so I'm going to multiply by 27 and 1,728. $233,280 cubic inches. Okay, the next one. Convert 1,573,246 cubic centimeters to cubic meters. Okay, centimeters cubed and meters cubed are both metric, so I'm going to use the metric stairs. Cubic centimeters is here. I want to go to cubic meters, which is up 2 steps. So 1,573,246. I'm going up, so I'm dividing by 1,000 squared. 2 steps, power of 2. 1.573246. That rounds to 1.6 cubic meters. Okay, next one. Convert 2,543 cubic centimeters to cubic millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to start with 2,543. Cubic centimeters to cubic millimeters is still the metric one. Let me erase this. Cubic centimeters is here. Cubic millimeters is one step below. So I'm going to multiply, because I'm going down the steps, by 1,000 to the first power. 2,543,000 cubic millimeters. Next example, I want to take 74.35 cubic feet and convert it to cubic inches. Okay, cubic feet and cubic inches are US measurements. So I'm going to use this table, this stairway, instead of the metric one. Okay, I'm starting at cubic feet. I want to go to cubic inches, which is one step below. So I'm going down. So I'm going to take the beginning number, 74.35. I'm going to multiply it by 1,728. $128,476.8 inches cubed. Okay, well, you know what's coming next. What if we want to convert between the two? Okay, we're going to use the table labeled volume measurements. The table is almost the same as the one we use for linear measurements, but measurements are cubed. Okay, why isn't acre on this table? Let's slide this table up. See, the last one had acre. Acre is an area measurement, not a volume one. Whoops. So you're only going to see acre on the area table. Okay, so let's do some of these examples. Okay, convert 5 cubic inches to cubic centimeters. Cubic inches to cubic centimeters. So right away you're going to should be able to tell that you need to use that table. Cubic inches to cubic centimeters. Now I have cubic inches here, and it will convert to cubic centimeters. And I'm going in this direction, so I'm going to multiply. So let's move this up. So I'm going to take 5 times, I have to see that table, 16.3871. $16.3871. $81.9355. If I'm going to round to one decimal place, that would be 81.9 cubic centimeters. Next example, convert 94.5 feet cubed to cubic meters. So I know I'm going to need to use that table because I'm going from US to metric. In the last example, it was also US to metric. Whenever you're going from one to the other, you will use that table. So I'm going to start with my given value, 94.5. I want to go from cubic feet to cubic meters. If we're lucky, there's a straight conversion like the last problem. Okay, I've got cubic feet, but that's going to convert to cubic meters. It's not what I want to end up with, but it's a start. So I'm going to go in this direction. This direction is multiply. So I'm going to take 94.5 and multiply it by 0.0283. 0.0283. Okay, now that was going to get me to cubic meters, right? Cubic meters, which is what I want. (94.5) times 0.0283, 2.67. Oops. So that rounds to 2.7 cubic meters. Just trying to move this out of the way a little bit. Okay, last one. We want to go from 420 cubic kilometers to cubic miles. Okay, cubic kilometers is right here. Cubic miles is straight conversion. But I'm going from metric to US, so I'm going in this direction, so I'm going to divide. So this is going to be 420 divided by 4.1678. (100.77), which rounds to 100.8 cubic miles. Okay, we're going to stop this tape here and we'll continue with the lesson in the next tape.